everybody, it's Charity Oland back with this week's Future-Proof. I am excited to share today's message because it's one that I need to hear for myself. We are all in the business of sales. Marketing and sales go hand in hand, but today we're going to lean really into that sales side because what's the most important thing in any of our businesses? It is creating new opportunities, creating a full, healthy pipeline that is well balanced. So I'm going to share with you a foolproof framework for creating a full and healthy pipeline. Now, before I launch off here, I want to talk about a sales book and credit this book and author with today's Future-Proof. Mike Weinberg wrote New Sales Simplified. I read this book maybe 4 years ago in my early career here at Fountain Mortgage, and it really changed my approach and it was transformational in my sales business. So big plug for Mike Weinberg. He's out of St. Louis. You can follow him on Twitter. You can also check out his podcast, and specifically episode number 25 of Sales Management Simplified podcast is what we're going to talk about today. So let's get to it. When you think about a typical pipeline, sometimes we see it as a funnel, like a cone where you have your cooler opportunities up here down to your very hot ones, or maybe a left to right, you have a sales cycle. Perhaps you have one outlined for yourself in your business where you are checking off activities within each phase of that sales cycle to get things to that closed phase. So we're all human beings, and what does that mean? It means that we're flawed in many ways, but one of those ways is that we work the bottom of that funnel much more often than we work the top. So anything that's hot, is about to close, is really important, looks like it's going to happen. We are going to spend most of our time and most of our activities focusing on that. Now, that's a good scenario. Most of the time, actually, we're not selling at all. So since we're all human, we default to a few human yet flawed behaviors in our sales practice. The first is that when you think about that sales funnel with your hottest opportunities, things that are about to close right at the bottom, you spend most of your time babysitting those opportunities. Or more often than not, we're not spending any time selling or doing selling activities at all. We are acting as glorified customer service representatives, we're order takers, we are working with our operations team, we're playing the hero by helping everyone in the office with their problems, and we're not selling because nobody defaults to hunter mode. Nobody says, I have 15 minutes to kill, I'm gonna go out and create a new relationship. I'm gonna go out and add something to the top of my funnel, a new opportunity. So first and foremost, we have to time block that, but then I really wanna talk about, and what Mike wants us to talk about, is the sales funnel. It's not only important that have a lot of full opportunities in it, it also needs to be well balanced. And where do we usually default to, as I just said, that bottom of the funnel, the hotter leads. So here's an idea that he would like to posit to us, and here's the framework for keeping a full and healthy pipeline. You're gonna say, I'm gonna work 42 hours a week. He's just gonna give you 21 of those. Just take 21 right off the top to not sell. I know that sounds like a joke or a little bit crazy, but follow me here. 21 hours, you can do what you want to do. You can attend sales meetings. You can help your coworkers out. You can call and check in with your close clients to see if they need any new plumbers, those types of activities. So that cuts off 21 hours in your week. Half of it's just gone, leaving you 21 hours left. Again, most of us default to the worrying about and scurrying about that very bottom of the funnel. So here's the idea. Balance that funnel by taking 7 hours to do all the things you can do to advance that hot sales opportunity. Take the other 7 hours in the middle of your funnel where you have some interest, you're doing some strategy, you have people on the hook, you know all the things you need to do to move that to the hot, and then take your final 7 hours and put that at the top. If you put 7 full hours into truly hunting, creating new opportunities, and adding new names, lists, opportunities that were not in your pipeline before, if you spend a full 7 hours to the top of that pipeline and balance that out, I promise you it will be transformational in your business, and you will never again have to worry about when this deal closes, what's next, because there will always be others above it in the funnel when you dedicate those hours to balancing your pipeline. That's our simple framework. Please check out New Sales Simplified by Mike Weinberg. Check out his podcast. This specific episode is episode 25. It's only about 25 minutes long, and that is called Sales Management Simplified podcast. You can find that anywhere you find your podcast. So thank you, Mike, for the continued sales coaching to all of us. Thank you, agents, for joining me today, and we will see you next week.